Millions of Americans could potentially receive up to $5,251 per month in Social Security benefits for 2026. This is the confirmed maximum monthly payment, and for those who qualify, it translates to roughly $63,000 annually in retirement income. To put this in perspective, that annual amount is comparable to the median earnings of full-time workers across the United States, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In other words, retirees who have managed to fully optimize their participation in the Social Security program can enjoy reliable monthly passive income that exceeds the active working income of roughly half of America's labor force. However, before you start counting those dollars, there is an important reality to understand. Getting into this elite group of maximum benefit recipients is extraordinarily difficult. Today, we are going to examine exactly what it takes to qualify for the top Social Security payout, why most Americans will never reach this level, and most importantly, practical strategies you can actually use to boost your own benefits, regardless of your current situation. Let us begin by explaining how Social Security benefits are actually calculated, because understanding this formula is essential to grasping why the maximum benefit is so difficult to achieve. The Social Security Administration calculates your benefits based on your highest 35 years of earnings, adjusted for inflation. This is not your most recent 35 years or your first 35 years of working. The administration specifically looks at your highest earning years throughout your entire career and uses those to calculate your benefit. This 35-year requirement is significant. If you worked for 30 years and then retired, the administration does not simply use those 30 years. They still calculate based on 35 years, which means 5 years of zero earnings get factored into your average. This drags down your overall benefit calculation. In each of those 35 years, your contributions to Social Security are limited by the maximum taxable earnings limit. For 2026, this taxable limit is $184,500 for individual taxpayers. Here is what this means practically. Any income you earn above $184,500 in 2026 is not subject to Social Security payroll taxes, and it does not count toward increasing your future benefits. The system has a ceiling on how much of your income gets credited toward your benefit calculation each year. To qualify for the maximum Social Security benefit, you would need to earn at or above this maximum taxable earnings limit for a full 35 years. This ceiling has increased over time with inflation, but reaching it consistently throughout a career requires sustained high six-figure earnings for decades. The average monthly Social Security benefit as of January 2026 is $2,071, according to the Social Security Administration. This indicates that most beneficiaries receive significantly less than the maximum, with the typical retiree seeing five-figure annual payouts rather than the $63,000 available to maximum recipients. Now, let us explain the second critical factor in reaching the maximum benefit, which is timing. Earnings and contributions represent only part of the equation. When you choose to file your Social Security claim, dramatically affects your monthly benefit amount. Filing at your full retirement age, commonly referred to as FRA, allows you to receive 100% of your calculated benefit. Your full retirement age depends on your birth year. For those born in 1960 or later, full retirement age is 67 years old. In 2026, those who claim at full retirement age can receive a maximum payout of $4,152 per month. This is substantially lower than the $5,251 maximum, and here is why. If you delay your claim beyond full retirement age, you accumulate what the administration calls delayed retirement credits. These credits boost your monthly benefit by approximately 8% for each year you wait beyond your full retirement age, up until age 70. The math works out significantly in favor of those who can afford to wait. For someone with a full retirement age of 67, waiting until 70 represents 3 additional years of delayed retirement credits at 8% annually. That equals roughly 24% additional benefit permanently added to your monthly payment. This is how the maximum benefit jumps from $4,152 at full retirement age to $5,251 at age 70. That additional 26% or so comes entirely from delayed retirement credits accumulated by waiting those extra 3 years. Simply put, individuals who contributed the maximum over 35 years and waited until the age of 70 to file their claim can receive the top payout of $5,251 monthly, but stringing together 3.5 decades of earnings at or above the maximum taxable limit, while also having the financial means to delay claiming until 70, is a tall order for most Americans. According to the Bipartisan Policy Center, only 10% of beneficiaries wait until the age of 70 to file their Social Security claim. The vast majority of Americans claim benefits earlier, with many claiming as soon as they become eligible at age 62. It is safe to assume that only a small fraction of those late filers at age 70 have also maxed out their earnings for the required 35 years. The combination of both requirements is extraordinarily rare. For many American workers, receiving the top Social Security payout is more of a fantasy than a realistic financial plan. The income requirements alone put it out of reach for the overwhelming majority of the workforce. However, this reality does not mean you should abandon efforts to boost your benefits while you are still working. There are practical strategies that can meaningfully increase your monthly payments without requiring you to become a top-tier earner. Perhaps the most potent way to boost your benefits if you have not yet retired is to simply boost your earnings. This might sound obvious, but many people do not realize how directly their current income affects their future Social Security payments. Negotiate a higher wage at your current job, switch employers for a better salary if opportunities exist, find a side gig or freelance work that supplements your monthly income and increases your contributions to the Social Security system. Even modest increases in earnings can matter more than you might expect. Replacing a $90,000 earning year with a $150,000 year can meaningfully raise your average indexed monthly earnings, which is the figure Social Security uses to calculate your benefits. Remember that the administration uses your highest 35 years. If you have some lower earning years from earlier in your career, higher earnings now can replace those lower years in the calculation, boosting your overall average even if you are not reaching the maximum taxable limit. Beyond boosting your income, the next most effective way to increase your benefits is to delay your claim. Timing matters as much as income when it comes to Social Security optimization. Claiming benefits before your full retirement age permanently reduces your monthly check. The reduction can be substantial. Claiming at 62, the earliest possible age, can reduce your benefit by up to 30% compared to waiting until full retirement age. Waiting beyond full retirement age increases benefits by roughly 8% per year until age 70. This increase is permanent and applies to every monthly payment you receive for the rest of your life. For someone with a full retirement age of 67, waiting until 70 can increase monthly benefits by approximately 24%. That higher payment lasts for life and adjusts upward with inflation through annual cost of living adjustments. This means delaying is not just about getting more money initially. The higher base payment means your cost of living adjustment increases are calculated on a larger amount, so the gap between early claiming and late claiming actually grows wider over time. However, there is another perspective worth considering that many people overlook when obsessing over the maximum monthly benefit. Instead of focusing exclusively on the monthly payment amount, you might be better served by focusing on lifetime benefits. This means considering the total amount of benefits you could receive over the entire course of your retirement, rather than trying to optimize solely for the highest possible monthly payout. Let us illustrate this with an example that demonstrates why timing decisions are more nuanced than they might initially appear. Consider two hypothetical retirees who are both expected to live to the age of 73 based on their health status and family history. The first decides to claim Social Security at the earliest possible age of 62, while the second delays until age 70. If the first receives $2,000 per month starting at 62, they will collect benefits for 11 years before reaching 73. That equals 132 months of payments at $2,000, totaling $264,000 in lifetime benefits, excluding cost of living adjustment increases. The second, receiving the much higher $5,000 monthly by waiting until 70, only collects for 3 years before reaching 73. That equals 36 months of payments at $5,000, totaling $180,000 in lifetime benefits. Despite receiving more than double the monthly payment, the second individual actually receives $84,000 less in total lifetime benefits than the first in this scenario. This example illustrates why life expectancy and health considerations matter enormously in Social Security claiming decisions. The maximum monthly benefit is only advantageous if you live long enough to make up for the years of foregone payments while you were waiting to claim. The break-even point for delaying benefits typically falls somewhere in your early to mid-80s. If you have reason to believe you will live well beyond that age, delaying makes strong financial sense. If health issues or family history suggest a shorter lifespan, claiming earlier might maximize your lifetime benefits, even though monthly payments are lower. There is no universally correct answer because individual circumstances vary so dramatically. With all of these strategies to consider, the smarter approach for most people is not chasing the theoretical maximum payout, but focusing on realistic ways to strengthen your overall retirement picture. This means honestly assessing your earnings potential and making efforts to increase income where possible. It means understanding your full retirement age and the impact of claiming early versus late. It means considering your health, your other retirement resources, and your need for income at different stages of retirement. For someone with substantial retirement savings who can afford to wait, delaying until 70 might be an excellent choice that provides higher guaranteed income later in life when other resources might be depleted. For someone with limited savings who needs income immediately upon retiring, claiming at 62 might be the practical choice, even though it reduces monthly payments. For someone in between, claiming at full retirement age might provide the best balance of reasonable monthly income without sacrificing too many years of payments. The Social Security system is designed with flexibility precisely because retirees face vastly different circumstances. The maximum benefit of $5,251 exists as the ceiling of what is possible, but it is not the target that everyone should aim for. Understanding how the system works empowers you to make decisions aligned with your actual situation, rather than chasing an unrealistic goal that requires 3.5 decades of top-tier earnings and the financial means to delay claiming until 70. If you are currently working and years away from retirement, focus on what you can control. Increase your earnings where possible. Ensure you have at least 35 years of work history to avoid zero earnings years dragging down your calculation. Consider whether delaying retirement a few years might significantly boost your benefit. If you are approaching retirement or already retired, focus on making the claiming decision that maximizes your financial security given your specific circumstances. Do not fixate on the maximum benefit if achieving it is unrealistic for your situation. The average benefit of $2,071 monthly provides meaningful income that helps millions of Americans cover essential expenses in retirement. Boosting your benefit even a few $100s above average can make a real difference in your quality of life without requiring you to reach the maximum. Social Security is meant to provide a foundation of retirement income, not necessarily to replace your entire working salary. Those who receive the maximum have typically earned extremely high incomes for decades and delayed claiming as long as possible. They represent a tiny fraction of beneficiaries. For everyone else, the goal should be optimizing your personal benefit within realistic parameters while building other retirement resources to supplement Social Security income. Whether you ultimately receive $2,000 monthly or $5,000 monthly, understanding how the system works and making informed decisions about your participation ensures you get the most value possible from the program you have contributed to throughout your working life. The 2026 maximum of $5,251 represents what is possible at the extreme end of the spectrum. Your personal optimal benefit is whatever amount maximizes your lifetime financial security given your unique earnings history, health status, and retirement goals. Focus on that personal optimization rather than an arbitrary maximum, and you will make smarter Social Security decisions that serve you well throughout your retirement years.